Yes, good morning, everyone, and thank you for having us here on stage. So we are a program of the German Corporation funded by BMZ, and since 2019, we are supporting African tech startup in the agriculture, food tech, climate tech, and also livestock to scale their digital innovation. So the aim of the project is to support smallholder farmers to improve their revenue and also all the entire actors of the value chain. So what we are doing, so we are offering 3 annual investor readiness program. So the program is tailor-made to the need of the startup. And as you know, we have startups from all over Africa in our cohort. And we try to adapt the program directly to the need. So, and the verticals we are serving are, as I said, agriculture, climate tech, food tech, and livestock startup. So, Tina.
Okay, and we don't want to take too much time from the startups, but maybe just a couple of facts and figures. So within the last 4 years, we've been supporting 65 startups from 20 different countries all across Africa. 95% of them are actually still in the market. Through the startups, we reached 630,000 users and customers on the ground in the respective countries. As it is an investment readiness program we are running, we are also looking for funding for our startups. So the startups that have been part of our program the last 4 years have already raised altogether 40.7 million US dollars. 66% of them have raised capital. Very proud of that one. And last but not least, also very proud of having a lot of female entrepreneurs in our cohorts, be it a female founder or then a female team member as a leading part in the management team. So what to do if you want to speak to one of our startups or speak to us? Find us out there. I think our SAIS booth is, you can't miss it. It's in the middle of it, a long one. Get in touch with us via our website or via LinkedIn. But now have lots of fun and pay attention to the startups that have been part of our program the last year. Thank you very much.
Okay. Enjoy the show.
I'll be quick, in and out. So first company is Seabex. Please welcome onto the stage Seabex. A little applause for them.
Yeah, you hear me? Great. So hi everyone, my name is Neanda Salvaterra. I'm co-founder and CEO of Seabex. Welcome to the world where we are pioneering the next drive of AI to make the crop future senselessly nurtured. Please meet Adel, Remy, and Youssef. All of them are our clients from different countries, of different sizes, but all of them are facing the same problem. Climate change and water scarcity is making irrigation much more complex. Today, irrigation inefficiency is costing them up to 50% of their profit. That's why at Seabex, we are committed to help those farmers to bring back the 50% lost and become much more profitable. How we do that? We are harnessing the power of AI. Through our platform today, we are able to gather the essential data and deliver to farmers actionable irrigation recommendations in a senseless mode. How it works? Actually, it's in 2 steps. First, you need to draw your field, specify your crop, and you stretch for 10 seconds. After that, our platform will gather the soil data, climate data, and crop-specific data. Today, we master up to 40 crops, more than 140 crop varieties. And we're going to deliver to farmers actionable irrigation recommendations, and we give them up to 15 days of forecasts of the upcoming ones. You can have the full package through the platform. We do have a simple version through the mobile app, but also we deliver these recommendations through the email, SMS, and very soon through the text-to-push notification with the local dialect. We do also give them up to 17 indexes about the vegetation indices. It's more about quality insurance, but also AI matters, and this is the mobile app. Our impact has been validated by renowned organizations like the Chamber of Agriculture in France and technical centers. Today, we are able to save water up to 40% and increase yield and revenue by an average of 35%. The impact is bigger because today it sounds less and trustworthy. We are able to empower farmers at scale, but also we empowering agribusinesses, especially that we aggregate the in-field data and we are able to display high-level KPIs about the crop growth and the user usage. So we are helping them to sustain the agri-value chain, guarantee the quality and the quantity before even the end of the season. We're bringing this impact to a big market of precision irrigation globally evaluated by up to $35 billion. Our target markets, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and countries market that we are targeting represents $4 billion. We are going with an easy business model and very accessible. Actually, we are talking about annual subscription that start about €250 per year to manage up to 7 production cycle. A production cycle, it's a crop on a field, and we do have like adjusted prices per countries. Since we've launched it in 2023, by end of 2023, we have been onboarded more than 300 paid customers. We do have more than 25,000 hectares covered by our solution, and we do have more than 1,700 seasons active now in our solution. We've just closing actually our seed round. We're going to announce this very soon, but we are using this actually for 18 months of runway to scale our sales across the countries that we are targeting, hopefully 9 countries by 2027, and onboard more than 70 farmers and reach 17 million euro of ARR by 2027. We're going to also work on the product side, and we're going to enroll new features that we're going to invoice by per hectare per year. We are 3 co-founders. We have overall 40 years of experience, all combined in IT, business management, and entrepreneurship. Me and Tahar, we have like experience in digitizing agri-value chain across 7 countries in Africa, and we do have teams in France and Tunisia. Also, investors who are looking to invest in our series now, it's supposed to be in 2025, so don't hesitate to come to talk to us. We are supported by a very known organization like GSA, like the European Bank, the World Economic Forum, also by renowned accelerators like Plug and Play and Google for Startups for Climate Change. We have been also selected among the top 10 innovators worldwide in the Water Challenge during the World Economic Forum in Davos recently in January. So you too, you can join our journey, support millions of farmers across Africa, Europe, and Middle East to make a profit from every drop. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Were there any quick questions or for this wonderful company and the director? No? Well, then I'll give you another round of applause and move on with.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the next company is ReNile, technology solutions for growers. Please welcome to the stage.
Hello, everybody. I am Ibrahim Zayed, the co-founder and CTO of ReNile. We provide technology solutions for growers. So according to the FAO and United Nations, we are nowadays 8 billion capita, and we will reach 9.6 billion capita by 2050. We need to increase our food production by 50% in a world that lives in climate change and 36% of food loss in the production during the cultivation stage. If we took the fish farms as an example, we produce in MENA region 6.8 million tons of fishes, with 30% loss due to the water quality issues. And the key solution here is IoT. It's a $14 billion market with 8.2 growth rate. ReNile is providing IoT solutions that measure parameters in water, air, and soil, stream all of these data online so that the farmer can monitor his farm 24/7. Also, depending on the data-driven action and edge computing AI models, we can automate the whole cultivation procedures in the farm. ReNile now generated $260K US from 260 clients in 6 countries, which are Egypt, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Kuwait, and Tunisia. Our impact is that we are aiming to save 20% of the operation cost of the farm, with 10% saving into the water, 30% saving into the energy, and 10% saving into the fertilizers and feed inside the farm. By this, we will improve the quality and reduce the losses, and of course, maximize our profit. So ReNile generates 56 gross profit from our direct sales of our hardware and annual subscription of maintenance and software. But we will change this model to the PaaS model, which is product as a service, where we lease our hardware for free to the client and take only the subscription from him. In the competition landscape, we can see ReNile are competing in a very competitive market, but it's a worldwide market because like in the MENA region and Africa, we are the only manufacturing company that locally manufacturing its hardware inside in the hydroponics, aquaponics, greenhouses, and fish farm industry. We are 12 people that working together. We have accumulated expertise in finance, marketing, technical R&D, and so on. We will expect it to reach $5 million of revenue by 2080, and we are now asking for $400 seed round for 30% direct equity of the company. We will use this to expand into KSA and East and North Africa. We will do the build and MENA region and Africa distributors for our network, and we will generate $395 in revenue and $320 in the annual recurring revenue. Our growth strategy is to build our farm management system this year and build our network into the MENA region and East Africa. Also to do our certifications related to the ISO certificate and European certificate for our hardware products. In 2050, we will launch our consultation app where that you can consult about your farm online without having the consultant in the field, and we will do our AI model related to the disease detection for the fishes and for the agriculture sector. By 2060, we will launch our AI best practice model. With that, you will having a gross production or a gross prediction about your production from day one of your cultivation. Thank you, and I am pleasure to have all of your questions.
Thank you. A big round of applause to Hazim. Thank you for that. Any questions from the audience? Do I see? Okay, then I have two really quick. Hazim, if you don't mind, could you tell me a little bit more about this consultation app that you're building? Where are you developing that? I'm always curious when basically software is being made on the continent, or are you outsourcing it?
Okay, so we develop all of our software and hardware internally in Egypt, so it will be developed in Egypt. And the consultation app is very simple that when you do have a problem right now, you need to call your consultant and try to explain the problem for him, and like he doesn't have all the information, so he needs to do a visit for you. But through our IoT solutions that having all the history of this farm, you can just do a Zoom meeting with him through our consultation, like pick a slot and go for an online for him, and he will get access to the historical data into our platform, so he knows the root cause of your problems, and then he will suggest the solution.
Got it. Now, do you have anything to say just generally? Because as we've spoken about before, fintech gets a lot of attention, and from investors. What can you say to people that are maybe like looking at agriculture and looking at companies like yours and going, but why should I really look at this sector?
Because our sector is like the production sector, where that you will save, or we do have losses right now, but when you fix these losses, you get a lot of revenue for yourself.
Got it.
This is why.
Thank you so much again, Hazim.
You're
Round of
welcome.
applause.
Thank you.
Thank you, and please welcome onto the stage the next presenter from the company Dropp with 2 Ps. And they are all about operating systems for food businesses in Africa. Please, the stage is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tunde, and I would like to start with a small assignment for everybody. I want everybody to think about the most amazing, delicious meal you've had in recent time. Just take a moment and think about it. All right, so you would agree with me that the best meals are the ones made from home. They are homemade meals, that mama's kind of meal. And this is how my best meal looks. It's called ofada rice. It's a local Nigerian dish. You know, it's really very healthy. And in my opinion, I think my grandmother makes the best ofada rice. I remember while growing up, every Friday she makes, you know, this very delicious meal for us. And, you know, the memory stuck with me, right? But unfortunately for me, in 2021, I lost, you know, my grandmother. And it got me thinking, how do I access, you know, this kind of authentic, delicious, healthy, homemade meal? And then I discovered that there are 2 million people similar to my grandmother, really very talented in making this kind of meals. But there's a problem. They are doing this really in their small communities, and they're sharing this within their community. They don't have a means to reach me. I don't have a means to reach them. And beyond this, they don't have enough visibility that they need, you know, to sell more. And they don't have the resources and tools they need to become very profitable. Which is why we've created Homemade. Homemade is everything you need to start your food business right from your kitchen. Just think about this as the operating system for your food business. And this is how we do it. We empower you with all the digital tools that you need to become successful as a small food business. And there are 3 objectives for us. First, we want you to earn more. The second thing is we want you to really be very effective. The third thing is we want you to have the right visibility. And when I say everything you need, I mean everything. And it's pretty much very easy to get started. It takes about 5 minutes to register. And when you're registered, you go through our food safety system that ensures that the food you bring onto the platform is really very safe. We also have our ghost kitchen, cloud kitchens, through which you can just come in and cook, and we're able to monitor what you're cooking. And then you have a micro website dedicated to you, through which you can accept orders. And then we also have, we handle your payment. We also connect you directly to some vendors we have on the platform. For example, we have farmers on the platform through which you can just buy directly from these farmers at a very affordable rate, and then you get fresh food stuff for your meal preparation. And beyond that, on your dashboard, you simply can see your daily analytics and make better decisions as a business. And this is how it looks. It's pretty much customized for each, food owner or chef. And really, customers can see that you're food safety certified. They can read about you, and they can also order meals from you. In summary, Homemade manages your end-to-end business, food business, from the customer-facing side to your kitchen system. I have about 10 years of experience in marketing and growth, and I have combined that with 15 years of experience in product building and engineering from my co-founders. We run a subscription and commission-based model. We have 3 packages. The first one, which is a starter pack. It is free subscription, but we charge 15% flat on every transaction you make on our platform. And then we have the super, which you pay $50 per month. And then we have the mega, you pay $100 per month. Now, the $100 per month gives you access first to Connect Farm, and then it also gives you access to our Ghost Kitchen for free. We launched last year, April. We're still very early, about 9 months. And then we've processed about 49K in revenue. And then we have about 137 businesses on our platform, food businesses. 97% of them are actually female-led. And then we have 5,000 USD in monthly recurring revenue. And this is how you can all be a part of this story. We're currently raising our pre-seed of 800K. This will help us empower 500 more chefs and more restaurants, and ultimately help us hit our target of $1.2 million in revenue over the next 18 months. In summary, our vision is really to be Africa's #1 engine, powering the production and access to authentic, healthy, and affordable meals. Now, production in the sense that we're empowering people like my grandmother, and access in the sense that we are helping people like my grandmother reach people like me that love homemade, healthy meals, and people like you as well. In everything you do, always remember, homemade tastes better. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tunde. Thank you. Hold one second. Can you tell me a little bit about what underpins the growth projections for basically the expansion of restaurants, which seems to be some of your primary clients? What do you think that's going to expand, or what do you think that's a viable market?
All right, so right now, for direct customers, we have 3 categories. So we have people that are on subscriptions. they are subscribed to these chefs on a monthly basis. They just pay a flat rate, and they get meals every day. And then we have companies. These are companies giving meals as benefit to their employees. We have a lot of them on the platform. Most times they are subscribed to a chef, or they can combine chefs. And then we have events. If you've ever been to Nigeria, we have events almost every day, especially weekends, right? So we have events as well. They come to us, for homemade experience.
Okay, thank you for that, because that sort of gives us a sense of actually who your clients are. Now, because you opened this up by mentioning Ofada rice, I have to put you on the spot. In the jollof rice wars, who wins, Nigeria or Ghana?
No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Thank you so much, Tunde. Round of
All right,
applause.
thank you.
Thank you so much again for that presentation. Now, the next company that will present is Samalife. Every day, and they're going to talk about everyday meal solutions. Please come onto the stage. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Provide everyday, affordable, ready-to-eat meals to millions of people. This is the challenge that Samalife is trying to address. Now I'm going to tell you how we came to this idea. My name is Thomas Yen. I'm CEO and co-founder of Samalife. So we are operating in Senegal, a brilliant, dynamic market for food delivery, which is currently growing, but the need is not fully met by existing solutions. So in this market, there is a demographic boom, but also a rise of the middle class. So people have a daily need for fast, price competitive, and quality meal and diverse options that they need. In fact, we came with our solution to address this challenge. So we built a dark kitchen, which is a commercial kitchen that have been optimized for delivery service. So this allows us to provide, to produce meals with, let's say, cost-effective. Then we put a technology layer on it with a mobile app and also dedicated website for our virtual restaurant brands. We digitize all the process to order in our on our platforms. This helps us also to collect a lot of data. We use this data to, make some data analytics, and this helps us also to optimize our operation and the delivery. We are also ISO quality. We are compliant with ISO quality standards because we know that clients are really, the fact that they know that the food is coming and have been cooked in a safety environment is really important for our clients. So how it works, we get orders from our platform, as I said, but also from other platforms which are basically marketplaces. And also all the orders we receive even from phone. We know that in Africa there are people still use the phone even we put all the technology out there. So even there's orders that we receive from phones, we digitize the data with our order takers. This helps us to get a lot of information on the type of orders that we are receiving. So far, we are the fastest growing food tech in Senegal. From our 100 square meter kitchen space, we have been able to produce 15,000 meals, so prepare 15,000 meals and deliver it to our customers. We are currently operating 5 virtual restaurant brands, and we have more than 3,000 active customers ordering regularly on our platforms. So our solution has a consistent revenue growth since we started. Our revenue have been multiplied by 3.5 from 2022 to 2023. So talking about the competition, we have different players. One, the traditional marketplace that you know, but also you have local players that have their own dark kitchen. So what makes us different from the other players that we have our own dark kitchen? And as I said, this allows us to produce, meals with less cost compared to traditional restaurants that have more cost structure. So our growth strategy, we will focus next year on the corporate market because we see a lot of demand coming from companies, but also the school canteen services. We are also intending to use the data because, implementing the decision-driven platform, so tools like Power BI, we've got to help us analyze the data and see what we can do to improve our sales. So we intend to double our revenue in next year. This will let us, in the next 5 years, to have 1.7 million as revenue. So in fact, today we are raising 150K to fuel our expansion in this high potential market. We have an experienced team which is currently working to develop all this, and feel free to connect us so that we can discuss further what we can do together. Thank you.
Thank you again for that, Tomos. Any questions from the audience? Okay, well then I have one. Are you comfortable letting us know, because you had, I saw like an incredible revenue growth trajectory. Are you comfortable letting us know whether you're profitable at this point?
Yes, we do.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you also for providing kind of a sense of who your clients are. So once again, a big round of applause to Tomos.
Thank you very much.
Then the next company that will be coming up on stage is B Wireless Solutions. And I guess with the motto, just imagine we connect. I'm definitely imagining. Take it away.
Morning, everyone. My name is Karim Kharat. I'm really humbled to be part of this presentation. And if the slides are ready, I'm going to take you through the activities of the wireless solutions. Thank you. So what are we dealing with? We are dealing with issues like water scarcity. We are dealing with issues like availability of electricity, cost of electricity. And of course, in the last years, we've seen a lot of solutions that help tracking these consumptions. But not all of them, or very few of them, are giving recommendations on how to reduce the consumptions. And this is the important part of it. And the other thing is that these solutions are specific to one resource. In our platform, we are addressing electricity consumption, water consumption, fuel consumption, and gas consumption. So what we do, of course, like other platforms, we provide information on a real-time basis. We provide historical data analysis, alerting systems. But on top of that, we have detection of energy-intensive equipments, detection of leaks, detection of frauds, hints and recommendations on how to reduce the consumption of resources based on an LLM, and also possibility to remotely monitor equipments like heating systems, lighting systems, or cooling systems. We have also a complementary offer of hardware and of connectivity. This does not prevent us from being hardware agnostic and connectivity agnostic. We have more than 1,000 hardware that are integrated on our platform. We used to work with LoRa, 2G, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi. We have been operating in Tunisia since 2019. In 2021, we were the leading IoT company in the country. And since then, we've had operations in France, Switzerland, Morocco, Senegal, and Qatar. But this was done in an opportunistic way. And since our fundraising that we have closed in last October, we have launched our go-to-market strategy, having Western European markets as a priority target market, and having also selection of markets among Sub-Saharan Africa, North Africa, and the Middle East as challenging markets with different go-to-market strategies. Basically, the main difference between priority markets and challenging markets would be that in all the markets we operate through partners, but in priority markets, we will have people on the ground, commercial teams on the ground, and companies incorporated in the country. Of course, when we deal with Western European markets, these are markets that are mature, in which there is a lot of competition, but we are counting on different aspects that differentiates us from the others, mainly the comprehensiveness of the platform. We can deal with different resources, but we can be present on the different stages of the value chain. And we count also on the continuous learning framework that we have that can provide hints and recommendations on how to reduce the consumptions. Few words to say that we've reached $1 million last year. We have an increase of 150% year-on-year basis in terms of connected objects. We have a churn that is lower than 3% in our customer base. We are targeting an average gross margin of 55% through the next, in average through the next 5 years, and an EBITDA of 30% almost. Since we have raised 1.6 million in last October. Since then, we have incorporated our first subsidiary in France, started recruiting the commercial team in France. Also, we have worked a lot on enhancing the capabilities of the core team, central team. We have also implemented a GV in Mauritania and 2 main partnerships in Côte d'Ivoire and in Senegal. So basically what we are doing is that we are testing our go-to-market strategy on 1 country from the priority markets and 3 countries from the challenging markets. We are counting on a 40-plus multidisciplinary team, and all the founders have been working together for more than 12 years. We are, of course, SDG-oriented, sustainability-oriented, and we are not looking for money right now because we've just raised funds, but we are looking for partners who are committed to sustainable development that can provide hands-on collaboration and that will be ready to industrialize our go-to-market strategy starting from 2025. Thank you very much, and I'll be open to answer any questions.
Amazing, Karim, amazing. Are there any questions? This was such an interesting, yes, excellent. So there's a lady with her hand up. Can someone give her a microphone there? There we go.
Thank you very much. I would like to know why, if you're in Europe and those markets are probably more profitable, why would your company be committed to stay in some of the African markets that are probably less profitable? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. In fact, it's the result of a deep analysis of the IoT market and the sustainability market. And we've seen that, obviously, the most big markets are in Europe today. Maturity is also there today. But we've seen also that the biggest increases in terms of number of connected objects in the world are in Sub-Saharan Africa and in the Middle East. So these are markets that we cannot
ignore.
And the fact that Saudi now is going in a very interesting way, increasing the number of objects, is one of the items that in fact, keeps us looking at these markets and addressing these markets.
Excellent question and excellent answer. And once again, I pointed to an article that ran in the New York Times, I think a month ago, and I recommend everyone to read that. And it just talked about the demographic growth on the continent and basically where the weight of the global economy will be in terms of where the young people are, where the workers are, and where the last frontier in terms of expansion in different markets. Amazing. If we have one last question, I just want to say, is there anything else you can tell us about smart buildings? I was so intrigued, and especially on the continent and what you're doing there.
So about
Smart buildings, I think I saw a...
Yeah. We have several experiences with utilities companies and with big groups, and we've seen that the first thing to do is to reduce energy consumption within the building where you're operating. And we've been able to achieve energy reduction up to 25% just by supervising the consumption, giving some remote monitoring of the lighting. So all this stuff makes you have an economy of resources very, very quickly.
Thank you again, Karim. Excellent presentation. And as they said, they're looking for partners. This seems to be an excellent target company to partner with. Thank you so much. And a round of applause to Karim. The next company would be AgroInnova, digitalizing agriculture in Africa. So give a round of applause for this gentleman here on stage.
Before I start, let me answer your question. My Nigerian brother couldn't answer your question. So Ghana's jollof is the best. No arguments. My name is Moses, a Ghanaian, the CEO of AgroInnova. So access to market is a big issue for smallholder farmers in Ghana. And I want to tell you a story. And it's a true story of a young farmer called Kofi who does poultry in Ghana. After 7 weeks of Kofi keeping his broilers, he has to sell them. Each additional week that passes and he's not able to sell them means he's losing about 10% of his expected margin. And that's how dire the situation is for smallholder farmers in Ghana, including Kofi. So farmers in Ghana are losing up to 30% of their expected margin due to lack of ready and guaranteed market for their farm produce. And this is how AgroInnova is addressing this issue. We have a farmer-centered digital innovation platform called Akoko Market, which is essentially a marketplace that connects smallholder farmers to ready and guaranteed markets. And this is how it works. So like Farmer Kofi, as I mentioned earlier, will have just pick up your mobile phone, which does not require internet or smartphone, feature phone, dial to our USSD code at the comfort of the farm, and click the option one which has to do with tea selling. On the other hand, which a restaurant at a hotel will also pick up the phone and dial to the same USSD code and select option 2, which has to do with buying. So then we receive both requests at our end, confirm the request, and then make arrangement for pickup from the farm and delivery to the farmer. That's how it works, very simple. So with this technology, we are currently operating in these 4 value chains. The poultry, that's poultry, eggs, and chicken. We also do maize, we do soya beans, and we recently added shea nuts to it. Because our technology is scalable across verticals, meaning so long as we're able to establish a ready market on the right hand, and also get farmers who are able to produce to meet up these markets, we just connect them with our technology. In Ghana, we are present in 8 regions out of the 16, and we recently opened one of our holding centers, which help us in getting these commodities from the farmers before shipping them to the various customers. As I mentioned earlier, we guaranteed the farmers ready market. Also, we give them value for their money because ideally between the farmer and the final consumer lies about 4 to 5 middlemen. With our technology, these people are not needed, so move straight to the farm, to the consumer. We just charge our commission on it. We trade over 20,000 commodities on a monthly basis with a $80,000 MRR through our platform. We charge 15% commission on all sales transactions through our Akoko Market platform, and this is how we access the farmers. In Ghana, farmers are normally in groups. They have farmer groups or cooperatives. So we identify such groups, and during their meetings, we introduce our products to them, and they are able to accept our products. We are also impact-oriented, and these are the following SDGs we also look at as a company. We are not alone. We have strategic partners who are helping us in this our drive. We have MEST Africa. We have the SAIS who are here and they have sponsored us here. Thank you so much. We also have CDR Voca supporting us. And this is the team. I'm leading as a CEO. I have over 10 years experience in agriculture, both livestock and crop farming. We have Millicent, who is a female in charge of our accounts. She has over 6 years experience in accounting. We have Isaac in charge of our technology, who has over 10 years experience in software engineering. We have Anita, who joined us as a junior staff and has grown now to be in charge of our sales and marketing. And we have Kojo, who is in charge of operations and have over 7 years experience. So we've solved the issue of farmer coffee, as I mentioned. And we are looking forward to you joining us to solve the issue for over the thousands of smallholder farmers in Ghana and even to the neighboring African countries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moses, and thank you for the bravery on the jollof rice. Are there any questions? Yes, there's a question way in the back, if we can get a mic to him. Excellent. Yes.
Yes, hi. The question I have is, how do you move your poultry? So is it moved frozen? Oh, sorry. How do you move your poultry from the farm to the consumer or to the company? Is it frozen first or is it moved live?
So depending on the customer request, if they want it live, we move it right from the farm in the transport cages to the customer. We also have retail shops like Melcom, which is one of the biggest retail shops in Ghana. They want it fresh. So with that, we've partnered with local processors. So the broilers are picked from the farm, sent to the local processor, and after processing, they are delivered fresh to the customer.
Thank you for that. A quick question. I may have missed it, but did you talk a little bit about your revenues or just any kind of sense of how you're doing financially?
Yes. So last year we made about $100,000 in revenue. This year we are targeting $1 million revenue. We are also fundraising. We are doing our seed fundraising. So we are hoping to meet investors over here who are interested in helping us impact the thousands of smallholder farmers who are in their need for access to market.
Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Moses with the AgroInnova and the best jollof rice on the continent. Please see him if you want to invest. All right, our next presenter is going to speak about her company, Hello Tractor. And their motto seems to be much more than Uber for tractors. We are excited to hear what you have to say.
Thank you very much. So I would like to begin with an interesting question. So how many of you guys have been on an airplane, a helicopter, a jet? Yeah, almost every one of you. So this one is interesting. How many of you actually own a private jet? By a show of hands. A helicopter. I say that hard. Anyway, dreams are valid. So the same way it does not make economical sense for you to own a private jet is the same way it does not make economical sense for a farmer in Africa to actually own a tractor. And that's why Hello Tractor is in the market. We are an agricultural technology company that connects smallholder farmers across emerging markets with equipment owners who have excess capacity, more like Uber for tractors. But in our case, much more than Uber for tractors. And I'm gonna tell you why. So my name is Susan J here, and I head innovation in the company. I know most of you already know this, that we have like up to 400 million farmers in Africa who actually produce up to 70% of the food that we eat. And there is like a whole 50% yield gap that can be attributed to lack of mechanization. If you are a smallholder in the room, or you know a smallholder, or actually have a background of farming, I'm sure at one point you have asked yourself, why a tractor, right? So, well, 40 times faster, 2.5 times cheaper, delivers yield, delivers uniformity, and it's actually sad that majority of the farmers in our platform do not have access to these tractors. So they plant late, they undercultivate their land, and they lose income. I said that we do not have this access in the market. And here is an interesting statistic. So if you look at this, you see that the global number of tractors, the global average of the number of tractors is 200 per 100 kilometers square. If you look at sub-Saharan Africa, it's quite minimal. We are only at 23, and this shows the dearth of tractors in our economy. And why is this? This is because farming here is done by very small individual landowners, so they do not have enough farmland to actually keep a tractor busy within a year. So it does not justify ownership of a tractor. Same reason why you would not buy a private jet, right? So enter Hello Tractor. So we come with a solution to our double-sided market. And one of the things we offer is a fleet monitoring platform. So imagine with me that you are a tractor owner. So you're seated here at the Africa Tech Summit, and you have your tractor somewhere, maybe in the Western Kenya or wherever you come from. So you have an operator driving this tractor. What would be important for you? So that's a way to monitor your truck remotely. So we provide this, like in the comfort of your smartphone, you're able to see, one, the location of your tractor, the work that has been performed by your tractor, operator management, you can see weather, you can see fuel consumption, and that's very important because of theft. And that gives you security and comfort and insurance to send your tractor to far-off regions. The other solution, of course, is we have developed the ability to connect you as a tractor owner to a marketplace of organized large group of farmers. And this is made possible by community-based booking agents. These are young people who have trust networks with farmers. And it's very mission critical for us to engage them because they aggregate demand so that transactions are happening at economies of scale. So over the years, we have observed that there's just too much demand that can be serviced by the limited supply of tractors on our platform. And therefore, in January of 2022, we introduced our very first innovative tractor financing product. And here we're using very unconventional, again, innovative underwriting methodologies that favor women tractor owners, young people, rural entrepreneurs who have these trust networks. And therefore, they can themselves become tractor owners. And so what we have noticed is that we are financing them with a $30,000 to $40,000 worth of a tractor. They're making incredible profit. They're paying their loan on time, and they are stretching out our impact to the agricultural communities. And our technology has had so much impact in the communities we operate in. Some of my favorite numbers here is that we have a platform of 1 million farmers as of today, and they are cultivating to close to 3 million acres in our 14 countries in Africa. 55% of these farmers actually reported that they first used a tractor for the first time with Hello Tractor. And of course, up to 93% say that they have had better quality of life. Our broader strategy, moving on, is to take the 1 million farmers we have on our platform with the 3 million of engaged acres and produce at a faster rate using our highly engaged breadbasket strategy. So this is looking at key value chains, and it's looking at partnerships because farmers need way more than mechanization. And our audacious goal is to make our region the next global breadbasket. So we have a senior management team of more than 60 years of collective, collaborative, complementary achievements. I'm sure you're trying to look at my face, but here I am in the flesh. Yeah. So our roadmap is quite ambitious. We have had so much success over the years. So right now we're looking at raising from $30 million of debt to generate much more tractors in our region, to get our number from 23, as you saw, to close to the global average of 200. Thank you so much. Join us, collaborate with us. Let us make our region the next global breadbasket. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. Any questions from the audience for this? Actually, I was like sitting on the edge of my seat. You answered the question I had because I wanted to know whether you had a fleet, existing fleet, but I understand you help people finance to get their own tractor when they need it. And then I saw that John Deere is the sub-supplier of those tractors. Interesting. Sorry?
I said absolutely.
Yes, excellent. And then is any of that produced? I don't know, maybe, and this is kind of a little bit outside of perhaps your scope, but do you know if any of those tractors are produced on the continent, and what happens if you need spare parts?
Thank you. That's a good question. But at this point, we're working with dealerships, key dealerships that offer quality machinery, and mostly John Deere, as you saw. We don't have a local manufacturer yet, but then we have established hubs that maintain proximity to our customers. And because of this, we are able to get spare parts directly to our customers.
Thank you. That's very important because, as you know, a lot of the times with technology, part of the problem on the continent sometimes that you can't get maintenance. So this is very important. Thank you so much. Amazing solution. As she said, they're looking for 30 million in debt. Talk to Susan, please. A round of applause for her. We have the last company that will come up and speak, but not the least, definitely. So a gentleman from Koolboks will talk to us about refrigeration. Welcome onto the stage.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to address the issue from my Ghanaian brother. For all of us that have tasted jollof rice, we obviously know the best. We can have a cookout. Maybe Luca and Casper can help us judge who has the best jollof rice. Thank you. So meet Mama Ibadan. Some of us met her yesterday, but fortunately we have to meet her again. So Mama Ibadan is a frozen food seller in the Jora Fish Market of Lagos, an environment that lacks consistent power supply. Mama Ibadan sent me a message a few weeks back, and she said, getting the Koolboks solar freezer is the best decision I made in my entire life. I no longer have to throw away my goods in the nearby river due to lack of power supply. We have over 600 million people that lacks access to electricity, thereby lacking access to refrigeration in sub-Saharan Africa. And you'll be shocked to know that as compared to Europe and America, where you have 100% penetration in refrigeration, in sub-Saharan Africa, it's only 17% penetration of refrigeration. I repeat, only 17% penetration of refrigeration. 2.5 years ago, myself and my colleague decided to found a company by the name Koolboks. Our mission, not vision, mission is much stronger, is to make refrigeration affordable and accessible to everyone that needs it. And we did this by harnessing the energy of sun and water that is extremely abundant in Africa. Thanks to this, we were able to generate refrigeration for up to 4 days, whether or not you have power, whether or not you have sunlight. And I'm sure you're wondering, how did we do this exactly? Harnessing the unique properties of water that allows us to store energy in the form of ice, as opposed to storing energy in the form of batteries, we were able to store energy in the form of ice, bringing down the cost of owning an off-grid solar refrigerator by close to 40%. And of course, the next question, what good is the technology if no one can afford it? Koolboks went further to integrate in every single unit a pay-as-you-go technology. This pay-as-you-go technology enables individuals and small businesses to be able to pay for a solar refrigerator for as low as $10 a month. So thanks to Koolboks, we have small businesses in sub-Saharan Africa that are able to pay for refrigeration for as low as $10 a month. And of course, our product is not only effective, but also environmentally friendly. Today, we've been able to save up to 38,000 metric tons of GHG. Tomorrow, which is 2026, we hope to save 110,000 metric tons of GHG, which is equivalent to 4 times what Switzerland had saved in 2021. In terms of traction, we've sold over 6,000 units in about 23 countries. We have a default rate of about 1.8% on every 2,500 units sold. We've doubled and tripled our revenue over the past 3 years. We recently closed our seed round, about $2.5 million a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, actually. And our gross margin is actually between 45 and 55%. These are the 23 countries in which we are. And I'm also excited to tell you that we recently signed with Orange, which is a telemobile company in West Africa, giving us access to 12 countries. We also signed with Danone, giving access to over 20,000 agents in West Africa. These are all our partners. And I'm also excited to announce that we recently got a funding from the French government, a 1.5 million euro funding to set up the first pay-as-you-go solar refrigerator plant in sub-Saharan Africa. This will be the first of its kind and is located only 3 kilometers away from the biggest electronic appliance store in sub-Saharan Africa. This is the team responsible for everything you've seen so far. And of course, we're looking for, this is not updated, $21 million for our next round. We're hopefully going to sign in the next couple of days, fingers crossed, and we'll be happy to share the news in the next round. Thank you very much. And also, just before I round up, this is one of our favorite pictures. This picture has 3 different emotions. He has excitement, he has hope, and he has doubt. As you can see, Mama Ibadan, she's the one seated having excited. She's quite excited with the paper in her hands. And of course, you can see the hope, and you can see the doubt. Is this really going to work? Today, we have over 300 units of our freezers in Ijora Fish Market in Lagos today. Please join us as we empower 135,000 women over the next 3 years. My name is Ayola Dominic. I work as the CEO of Koolboks. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause. One cool product. Thank you so much, Mr. Dominic, and thank you to all the presenters.